Everyone please welcome Ben Schofield.
Today I'm going to talk to you about a couple of things, but just quickly to address, I guess, what Bradley was saying is that SEO isn't a dark art, more grey, and I'd kind of compare it with the type of people that invest your money in stock. Sometimes they don't really know what the best practice is. It's a lot of research, it's a lot of kind of listening to the right people, but they have to make a judgment call, and SEO is a little bit like that. Okay, so a couple of things that we're going to go through today is who am I, the myths around SEO, what SEO actually is, and a couple of, I guess, tips and hints you can take with you back to your offices as to the skill sets that you can bump up SEO overall. So, like Bradley said, I've probably been in the industry now for about 7 odd years now, completely self-taught. Studied in multimedia technology. I've got a Bachelor of Science in that, and that was very much graphics, web design, so forth. And once I finished my degree, I got an apprenticeship at the age of 23. And when I got there, I sat next to a graphics designer for a long period of time. And what I thought I was good at when I was doing my multimedia course, I saw what he was doing and thought, wow, I'm pretty crap. So the directors of that saw that. They noticed. And it wasn't long before they said, hey, Ben, I want to talk to you about SEO. Are you interested? Showed me kind of what it was all about, and I'll touch on kind of what it was back then to what it is now. But it looked great. It looked quite mathematical. It was insert a keyword here, insert a keyword there, and rank here. Do a bit of funny stuff in analytics, and Bob's your uncle. We've got something. So yeah, introduced me to that, and ever since then, took it upon myself to focus on that trade. What is SEO? A little bit of spiel there. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, for those that aren't familiar. It is the process of getting traffic to your website from free, organic, also known as earned media, search results. Looks pretty boring, that, doesn't it? Pretty bland. But that's my job. So SEO, we say free. It's actually, it's part of earned media. You have to invest in it. It's not like pay-per-click or whatnot, but SEO is the process of working your website into organic search and thus getting visitors to arrive to your site and thus selling your product, etc., so forth. But it's actually part of a wider strategy is SEO. And I guess before I continue with all this, I guess a lot of what I'm saying today is it's for people that I mean, everyone listen to me, please, don't just knock off, but I think a lot of it are people that want to go back to their employers and say, listen, I've got some tactics as to how we can improve our website visibility online. Okay, SEO is one way of doing that, but it's part of a wider spectrum. SEO now isn't just isolated in one area. It's part of content, and it's part of social. It's part of doing what you can do on the site, but also providing value to the visitor that arrives, and also promoting that. So SEO, content, social. And I was thinking last night, because you're going to see a lot of this going on through my slides, and you're probably going to be like, this guy talking about SEO, technical content is boring me. I was thinking last night, what's the best way, what kind of analogy can I use to get this across? So I want you guys to think of your website being your own car, okay? That's your website, that's your website. The SEO technical, and that's a word I'm going to be using later on in this presentation, is effectively the engineering of your car. And I'm not a Formula One expert by any means of the imagination, but every single Formula One driver has the same engine size, yet some are going faster than others. They're obviously optimizing in some way, okay? They've obviously got the mechanics on there to tinker a little bit, to do that car can go faster than that car. So technical, I'm saying that's the engineering of your car. The content, let's call that the upholstery of your car, okay? And then the links or the social side of it is the friends that you can drive around. This will all make sense later on. If it doesn't, I'll walk myself out. So part of digital marketing overall. So when we think of SEO, we think of Google, rightly so. But search engine or SEO actually happens in many areas that you probably didn't realize. It happens in Yelp, which is kind of location, restaurant-based search. Happens in Bing, which is the poorer version of Google, so we'll move on. TripAdvisor, holidays you want to search for, places. eBay, products you want to search for. Zomato, again, places. And these are all kind of search engines in their own way, you know, but we just think of Google, and we'll focus on that moving forward. That's what search looks like. Conscious of time. That's paid. That's organic. That's what I do. Moving on. So, technical side of things. Basically, this pyramid reflects the focus that you should have on a website. It kind of was something that was used back in the day because SEO used to be this point where you could, I want to rank for such a keyword, so I will include it in the title of my page, I will include it in my content, and Google crawled it and went, you know what, you're a specialist in, I don't know, Viagra tablets or something. Up you go, no pun intended. Okay? However, 7 years on, we've you know, a website needs more than just a title tag. It needs more than just the content. You know, it needs to look at the whole picture. So, but I'm going to use this because it's still a relevant model. So technical, let's think about it. The engineering of your car. Your car's your website. Okay? So the car itself, the engineering, if I want to go faster, I want to improve my engineering. So I'm going to get a better engine. I'm going to get a better engine in there. Technical, tick, done. Okay? And when we're looking at technical in SEO, we're actually looking about accessibility to your website. Can Google find what it needs to find? Navigation, web page speed, all this kind of accounts for technical ability of your website. So using the analogy of the car, faster engine, okay, I can get people from A to B a lot quicker. The content, okay? On-page optimization is effectively you telling Google what this page looks like. But whereas back in the day, you could just literally put one keyword, now you have to actually embrace the whole of content. You have to make sure that when the visitor arrives to your website, they actually get the information they want. So content, I'm going to actually put this down in our analogy as the upholstery of my car. If it looks a bit shitty, people won't come to it. If I've got nice leather seats, if I've got, you know, a nice dashboard, people may stay on for a little longer. Links, credible. They have to be credible. Links to your website have to be credible. So in this analogy, let's use people. If people come to my car and want to drive from A to B, they think, you know what, Ben's got a great looking car. He takes me from A to B. I'm going to go with this guy. If I'm driving up in my Fiesta, you know, with my crummy interior, rubbish engine, they'll go, I don't know if this guy's good enough, so we'll just leave it. Social aspect, reach, influence, engagement. If you can get people to talk about your website, talk about your brand, then you're going to get more hits to your website. You're going to get that exposure that you crave. It can't just be done on SEO or technical element. It has to be done with you have to reach the people, use your networks. So thus, in this analogy, I'm going to say friends of friends. Oh, by the way, Ben's got a good ride. Nice upholstery, good dashboard, great engine. Okay? So have a look at the tools to use because some of them are free, some of them you have to subscribe to. But effectively, if you fail to plan, you're going to plan to fail. Like the thing is, SEO, it may be construed as a dark art, but actually, if you do enough research in the person and the visitors that you want to try and attract to your website and the eventual customer, you need to ask the question, okay, what are they actually looking for? What can my website deliver? You don't forget, this is after page 1. You could hide a body on page 2 of Google. Nobody goes there, okay? Page 1, that's what it's all about. If you're not there, take a hike, okay? You got to look at what you can do. So when it comes to the technical side of things, it's about keywords. So make sure that create a spreadsheet of the most valuable keywords you want to target. Don't look at the ones that are unnecessary. Look at the ones you want to say, okay, I want to rank for this keyword, and this is what I'm going to do about it. Look at the current rank. Where are you currently positioned, and why is that? SEMrush is a great tool for that. And URL targeting. Do you have a page for that content, for that keyword that you want Google to find? If you don't, look at creating a new one. Now, there are some technical elements to your website that you may want to address if, for those people that have got, say, WordPress, a lot of it can be handled with plugins, but you may just want to have a professional look over myself. You may want to have a professional to look over your website, make sure Google can effectively read what you've got on there. If it can't read it, it can't rank you. That's effectively it. Now, when it comes to content, we've already established that it has a keyword target, but you need to make sure that the array of keywords that you want to target are also there. Google doesn't look at just one keyword now. It has a systematic approach. So effectively, it looks at relations of keywords, not just one. So make sure that your content delivers that. Don't look at creating one page for one keyword. That's old school SEO. New school SEO is effectively topic-based. So look at, okay, if you are, I guess, selling SEO, don't have a page just for SEO, and then another page for SEO services, and then another page for search engine optimization, trying to capture those keywords. Google doesn't like that anymore. It'll penalize you. Look at a whole page, look at it holistically and go, am I focusing on this target? A couple of extra actions to bump your SEO. Research your competitors. SEMrush, the tool that I showed you before, and Moz are fantastic, by the way, in making all you need to do is type in your competitor's URL, figure out what they're ranking for, and go, okay, what page have they got ranking number, so forth and that. Excellent. What are they doing? Okay, let's copy that and make it then better. Okay? Off-site content contribution. So use your network, YouTube, guest blogging, etc. This is the whole social aspect. This is the whole people, going back to the car analogy, these are people that are talking about your car. Remember, if you've got a crappy car with crappy upholstery and an engine that doesn't work and people that you don't give lifts to, no one's going to talk about you. If you've got a good car, nice upholstery, great dash, okay, good engine, people will have that lift from you and go, hey, by the way, get in with Ben, good ride. So want to do the guest blogging side of things. And I can talk to you guys later on about this if you want to know how to get into that. So these are the tools that I would suggest using. Some of them are free, like Google Search Console, fantastic if you want to get your website and understand what the problems are with it. SEMrush, PowerSuite, Moz, these are all, some of them do need subscriptions, Screaming Frog doesn't. And I can explain to you in a bit more detail as to what each one does. And a couple of people, if there's one thing that you're going to take out from tonight, is follow these people. Rand Fishkin from Moz, Ryan Stewart from can't remember actually, and Neil Patel, who focuses on content. So these guys would be able to help you, read up on their literature, figure out what they're talking about, what's new in the industry, and they'll point you in the right direction to ranking well in Google.